coming to get you, Barbara.
Things coming.
Things are coming.
Like behind me, these things are coming.
Me too.
And you got spooky behind you. Are you doing spooky? I'm doing science fiction, though. So let me do that.
You are, but you have zombies behind you.
I know, but, mine's actually interesting, and I don't know enough about it. I did a little research. It hasn't come out yet, and it doesn't have a release date. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign. I don't know if the strike affected that. I don't know what's happening, but anyway, it's supposed to be coming in late 23. So sometime, hopefully, in the next few months or so. It is a science fiction film that was revealed at the Tribeca Film Festival. So it's already premiered in June at Tribeca, and it's called I.S.S, which we all know are initials for the International Space Station. The synopsis of it sounds kind of interesting, though, and sounds like some early science fiction novels I used to read in like the 70s and 80s. When a world war event occurs on Earth, America and Russia, both nations, secretly contact their astronauts aboard the I.S.S. and give them instructions to take control of the space station by any means necessary. So it sounds like it's a space thriller, almost, a sci-fi thriller. Takes place aboard the space station, stars Chris Messina, Ariana DeBose. She was wasn't she in West Side Story?
She certainly was. She is wonderful. She won an Academy Award, I believe.
Looks interesting. Sounds cool. Coming to get me. I'm going to look forward to it because I need some more science fiction.
Well, I think you may be able to look forward to it because I just looked it up since you said it's been at a festival, and it's got a 92%. It's in the 90s, so that's a good rating. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that concept. That's it was a big trope in, I think, the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, when we were still in the Cold War kind of feel in science fiction of what happens if you send a mission, because it's going to take time to get to the moon and back. It takes time to spend a few months on the space station. It takes time to get to Mars and back. What happens if your world changes while you're gone? What do you do? Remember, even when we did 2010, that was the big subplot of it. Tensions are heating up, so you need to separate and go to your own ships and stay away from the Russians.
Cool. I have something from a far land called Transylvania.
Ooh, okay.
And it comes out on August 11th, very soon, and it is The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I've been waiting on this one for a while. Yeah, we have, because it's been rescheduled twice. I don't know if it was for problems or just scheduling snafus, so hopefully it is still a good movie.
The trailers look great.
They do look good. It's directed by a director we kind of like. He's a little hit and miss. It's Andre Ovredal. Recognize that name?
Sounds vaguely familiar. Ovredal.
Well, we covered him when we did the Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Oh, okay.
He also did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Okay. He was discovered by Guillermo del Toro with a movie, I think, called Troll or Troll Hunter. So Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I believe, was produced by del Toro. They're friends. So del Toro may have some influence in this movie. It stars Corey Hawkins, who I immediately recognized. He played Heath on The Walking Dead. Heath was a character very prominent in the comic books, but for some reason they wrote him off really quickly in the series. I think he must have got another gig like Sasha. But he wasn't on there very long, but he's a great actor. And then it also stars Aisling Franciosi and Liam Cunningham, both from Game of Thrones. You may recognize them. The synopsis is Dracula's unholy presence dooms the crew of the merchant ship Demeter as it sails from Carpathia to London. This is a very small chunk of the Dracula book that they have expanded into a story of its own. And I love that concept. I think that's a really cool way to go back and revisit something.
I completely agree. It's the horror version of Titanic, because we all know how it ends. It's a really good way of taking a large novel, a little section of it, but turning it into its own independent, horror film or horror story. Really like that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, and I don't have any reviews of it yet because it's not been released in any festivals or anything. But the trailer is fabulous. I highly recommend y'all go out and watch the trailer of this movie. That's what's coming to get us. David picked a film that's coming out. We're not certain when. It's already hit the festival. It's called I.S.S.
Mhm.
And mine is a little revisit to the story of Dracula. It's called The Last Voyage of the Demeter, and it's coming August 11th.
Yeah.
We want to know what is coming to get you.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments below, or if you have any comments on these that we discussed today, we'd love to hear them as well. While you're down there, please subscribe, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You can't start the car, John.